All right, welcome back inside our Vancouver Proactive studios, and we're beginning a brand new feature today called Breaking Ground. What we want to do is go out and talk to some of the CEOs, the CFOs, the presidents of companies. We want to talk to them at their facilities so you can learn a little bit more about whether it's a mine site, a bio lab, a tech facility, or a cannabis grow operation, something like that. We want to be able to take you out and show you what those facilities look like so you feel like you know exactly what's going on. So our first person to talk to today is Michael Jennings. He's the CEO of Next Green Wave, and he joins us from their facility in California. Michael, great to have you on our inaugural edition of Breaking Ground.
Steve, great to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about your facility. So I mentioned you're in California. Give us sort of an overview about this facility, where you are in California.
Absolutely. What you're seeing behind me is phase one, the 35,000 square foot facility located in Coalinga, California. If you look on the map, that's about right in the middle of Los Angeles and San Francisco off the I-5 freeway, and it's essentially right in the middle of the state.
So tell us a little bit about, it's a large facility, obviously, and you mentioned you're in phase one. So just the investment that's involved in putting all of this together when it's finally completed.
Yeah, well, when it's all said and done, we wrap construction. We're looking at sometime the end of November, beginning of December. We're going to be a little north of $7 million USD to get this baby done.
Wow, so it's obviously a massive investment. Now, will this be the main facility for Next Green Wave? This will be where most of the operations will be?
Yeah, this is our phase one, as I mentioned. So it's a 35,000 square foot cultivation facility. We'll have about 14,000 square feet of plant canopy. And we're looking to produce between 150 and 200 pounds every 10 days.
Now, we mentioned before, you're a third generation farmer, so you've cut your teeth on being someone who knows how to grow things. So have you taken painstaking detail to make sure that all the lessons you've learned over the years that you've made sure you've put into this facility?
Absolutely. This is over 2 decades of essentially intellectual property and procedures that have been baked into this from essentially the very initial planning stages. So essentially, we've taken all those lessons and put them into this and essentially utilized decades of research and production and essentially added like high-level equipment and top industry standard equipment to really deliver on this.
Now, we're gonna take people inside to see what's inside the facility as well. So why don't you explain to us as we show this video footage of what it is inside that people are going to see?
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll be initially seeing our entryway. It's a fully biosecure area facility when it's done. So the initial entry area you'll see there, and then you'll see some of the walkways leading into the larger cultivation areas. And like I said, we're going to have 14 total flower cultivation rooms and 4 nursery rooms, a clone room, and a processing room. So we'll be a little over 35,000 square feet of constructed space in the facility.
Michael, why the smaller rooms for the cultivation? Why not a giant facility? What's the difference?
Absolutely. Well, there are a lot of factors that play into that, but I mean, you can just take the most simple, being biosecurity. You really want to compartmentalize from a design perspective because, God forbid, if you ever did have any kind of contamination, be it a mold or mildew or some sort of pest, you really want to be able to keep it in one small area of your facility. And that kind of what that allows us to do is to create a safety net from a production standpoint in order to really ensure that we'll be pumping out product consistently, even if we do have a problem. Compartmentalization, which is what we call it, it really serves us well. And then just one more thing. In the second half of that is really quality. It is because one of the main things about cannabis production is the more precisely you can control your environment, the better end product you can get. And we found that there's kind of a sweet spot there with the size of the room and the ability to control, and that's what we found here.
All right, we'll really appreciate that. Just before we go, why don't you have your cameraman there just kind of give us a quick pan around 360 degrees so people can see exactly the facility, and there you can see all the construction that's going on and all the workers, and so there's lots of stuff still going on, obviously, and I'm sure you can hardly wait till everything is finished and complete. And again, we look forward to seeing it when it's finally done. Michael, thanks so much for being here. Great to talk to you.
Thank you, Steve. Have a good one.
All right, Michael Jennings, the CEO of Next Green Wave, right here on Breaking Ground, Proactive Investors, Vancouver.